Dr. Peter Lovatt used to be a professional dancer, but he also had another passion, psychology.
I couldn't understand it at the time, but dancing seemed to unlock something within me. I just thought, dance is a language. People are talking to each other through their bodies.
After gaining a degree and a further MSc in neural computation, he spent 5 years conducting research at Kingston and Cambridge universities, adding electroscientist and relationship therapist to his list of qualifications. Peter also helps a wide variety of businesses to increase their productivity and creativity.
I've worked with elderly people, teenagers who are crippled with self-confidence issues, couples who've been through divorces.
Dr. Lovatt now works at Harvard University, using science to analyse how dance affects all aspects of our lives, from health, fertility, creativity, and even how we choose our partners.
We know that women, the female sexual partners of high testosterone men, report more orgasms during sex. They want a man who can dance because the dancing signals their hormonal and genetic makeup, their quality. And the great thing is, of course, we can cheat all this and we can get men dancing in a high testosterone way.
Dr. Lovatt has also discovered that women move differently at different stages of their fertility cycle.
Women at the more fertile stage of their cycle tend to isolate their hips more in relation to the rest of their body parts. And then we put eye tracking glasses on men. And men are drawn to that hip region. And then when they're drawn to that hip region, they say, she is very, very attractive. What this kind of shows is that the whole kind of mating ritual, the sexual selection, has a neurological, a biological basis to it.
To illustrate how when we dance, smell can determine how we're attracted to the opposite sex, Dr. Lovatt uses a simple experiment.
I want you to think about how your partner smells and how they move. Don't be afraid to get close with each other because you really do need to smell each other as well.
The students have been asked to identify which of the 4 dancing partners is most attractive.
You can turn your cards over now. We're very lucky that there has been one fantastic match. The fact that you've chosen each other on the basis of your smell and the way you move means you really should be a good match. So basically what you find each other very attractive at a kind of animalistic level. If you were both peacocks and peahens, you'd have mated by now already.
Whilst it's possible to mask smell and animal attraction with perfume and deodorant, it's harder to cheat the science for those with genetic makeup that fails them on the dance floor.
Let's face it, right, I'm a fairly ugly bloke. But if I danced on the floor and I danced with girls, I'd make them feel good in the way that I was dancing, the way that they were dancing. And when we had that connection, bingo, it worked. Hands, let's have some hands.
It would make such a difference to me, confidence-wise, if I just felt happy about going and dancing a club. And I know I could just use it and go out and try and find a girlfriend.
I can tell a hell of a lot from watching a single person dance. I can tell even more from watching a couple dance. It's like a window into their relationship.
In this series, Dr. Lovatt will be using his techniques to help families, communities and groups who are blocked in life and need a creative breakthrough. People with low self-esteem, a rundown estate that lacks community, a failing football team who simply can't win a game, bored teenagers who lack any direction in life, prisoners who are isolated and cannot communicate with other inmates, businesses whose workers aren't gelling, and elderly people with Parkinson's disease. There'll be some science and take-home for the viewer. Each week we'll build to a performance when Dr. Lovatt will help our struggling groups prepare for a public dance they will put on in their communities.
When people get their groove on, they get in touch with really who they are. They suddenly become whole again and they feel fantastic.